Hey all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Corey. This is CNR Studios, and today we have a little bit of change of plans on the video. The Lego room is in utter disarray. It's under construction. In the last video, I talked about building something to store all of the Lego, the Plano Tech Box containers used for organizing, as well as the other containers. That has been accelerated and actually is almost done. So hopefully the next video will be kind of talking about that. But today, because I really can't do a lot in the Lego room, my table's full of stuff from over on the shelves. I'm reorganizing the shelves behind me. It's just in chaos. So this is a little bit of a filler video. A couple videos ago, I walked through my entire backlog collection. Within that video, originally I taped me kind of opening the box and talking about what I got for my January 1st haul from Lego. It's not very big, it's rather small. However, I didn't include in that video. Instead, I figured, well, if I need one in case of emergency, I have one ready to go. And well, that's today. So in this video, I'm gonna go over a little bit of what I got on January 1st from Lego. It is pretty small. There are definitely things I still want to get in the future, but there wasn't really any good promos that I was interested in, especially double like VIP and things like that. So stay tuned, and we'll see you after the jump. All right, first, before we start organizing, I do want to talk about my January 1st haul. And you get a little sneak glimpse at what I got. I'm not going to do a video on it separate. I only got a few things. This is probably one of the smallest big release day hauls I've ever had. And it's mainly because the gift with purchases I just were not interested in. The Blacktron, like classic space flyer or spaceship, I was not interested in because I've never been into classic space. There was not really a good gift purchase to go to the modular, though there might be later in the year, like in February potentially. So I want to keep it small, keep it fresh, because there's a lot of work to be done. So first, we did get one gift with purchase, and that is the little VIP parts pack. This is for the Lunar New Year. I think I now have a couple of these various VIP add-on packs. They got good parts, you know, I'll sort it out, put it in the collection, have some good detail pieces, whatever. Of course, I had to get at least one Army Builder set, and that is the new 501st Battle Pack. This one I'll probably at least get a couple of. I do want to have a little battery of those cannons. I think are pretty cool. I do like the figures. I'll probably just have one 501st officer, maybe redesign them to be my gunner for a little bit. And then everything else I do like quite a bit. It'll look good with those guys up there. Then, to go with Dom's Charger, we need a Nissan Skyline. Of course, they were not in the same movie together. It'd be really cool to have the Supra at one point, the orange Supra from the original Fast and Furious. But from two Fast and Furious, we get the Nissan Skyline GTR R34, though I think it looks really good. Some people say it looks more like the R32. That's fine. It's never gonna be perfect with Speed Champs. I do think there's a channel out there called Racing Bricks. If you've not watched, you should watch him. He had an interview with a designer, and I feel like if they would have waited to do this with some of their new parts and a little bit redesigned chassis, maybe they could have made this a little bit better. Mainly the studs on the bottom, studs on the top, which people don't really like. I don't know, just a thought. Sometimes something I always wonder. I do always feel Speed Champs really push the boundary of techniques and making things look good. But as you can see, the hood of the actual Skyline R34 is a little more sloped, and this one is a little more just rectangular and perpendicular to the bottom, or parallel to the bottom, excuse me. And then, of course, because Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite entities in the world, and Tolkien is my favorite author, we got, for the first time in a decade, brand new Lord of the Rings sets. Albeit they are brickheads, and the brickheads are okay. They're not my favorite thing in the world. They're kind of one of those things you just trudge on through the build just to have the display piece. There are some great characters, though I think a very big miss is, I love them all, and I get kind of, they have, you know, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King with their coronation outfits, but not having Legolas and Gimli, I think, is a big deal. I feel like she should have done at least 4, or instead of Gollum, done Sam and Frodo. Then you can also make the argument for Merry and Pippin, just some of those original characters from the from the beginning of the story. But I do love having those. And also one other thing I want to shout out. I mentioned before we don't have a mix of bricks and minifigs around here, but we do have something called Sir Troy's. And as I mentioned in the past, they just opened up their new store and finally have like their parts area picked up. And I try to talk to a guy. Shout out Kirk for helping me out. Basically, you have to go up the counter, tell them what you need, and Kirk will go around and find it. Their prices seem relatively fair. They're pretty comparable to Bricklink. So I got some Mills plate supplies. I got a couple hundred just miscellaneous 2x2 bricks. I got 100 1x8 white tiles for making roads. That should be all I need really. And then just to round it off, I did get some 4 16x16 plates just because they have those. So all right, so that wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed that. As you saw, it was small. I was very excited about Lord of the Rings coming back with those BrickHeads. Very excited for the future D2C that's coming up this kind of late winter, early spring. I'm very excited for that to bring. Of course, Speed Champs. I love Speed Champs. I don't buy them all. I buy the ones that I like and enjoy. And getting the Nissan Skyline from a movie franchise I liked growing up was perfect. And of course, battle packs. Everyone needs a battle pack or two. It'll go perfect right over here, kind of just bring with my 501st little company platoon I have going on. So if you like what you saw, please hit a like, comment below, subscribe. Let me know what you got on January 1st. I know we're kind of towards the end of January at this point, but still tell me what you got. Otherwise, you all have a good one.